This is a presentation of Inglewood Garden greenhouses in Prince George, BC. So the greenhouses, the lawns, flower beds, and some of the other properties. Hopefully I do a good presentation here. It's something new to me. This is the driveway coming in off of Inglewood Road. That's the yard where we do perennials. And behind it are the 3 greenhouses. There's some of our wildlife that we have on display. We'll get better pictures of them later on. There's 2 more greenhouses, one behind the other. And the main storefront. And shop where we do the work, most of the work, and another greenhouse. We live in a trailer. It is very comfortable. It's a 12 by 70 Vailmont. It's an older model, it's 1970, but it's very comfortable. We live very comfortably in there. There's 4 of us. Live in the trailer. It's got a 12 by 30 veranda. And in the spring, this tree is absolutely gorgeous. It's a May Day. This is our gazebo. It's, depending on how you look at it, it looks like it's standing straight up or it looks like it's on a lean. It's an optical illusion. But it is really nice. You can sit in there and not have to worry about the flies pestering you. There's just a few flowers along the front of the lawn. There's a flower bed all along the driveway. It's fall, so there's most of the color is gone from the flower bed. But it's just, will give you an idea. We do a lot of flower beds. Of course, we're in the right business to do that. We get a lot of compliments on the yard. This is in front of the trailer. You see we have grass all the way around. An unused picnic table. If you have children, we have a home-built climbing bars and swing set. My son got a lot of use out of that. And later on the film, I'll show you, there's a tree house that we built for him too. It's a nice big one. We're back to the gazebo. This is a shot of what we call number 4 greenhouse. This is the one behind the perennial yard. We've got vent holes cut in it because it got so hot. It's just 1-year plastic, so we don't worry about it. And along the front here we have a flower bed. We use it for displaying flowers. Any new varieties we get in, plus old varieties. And it works quite well. We have a lot of people asking for the plants that are in these beds. And we have another bed at the back, which I'll take a picture of later, that we also display flowers in. And of course, flowers will speak for themselves. and they sell themselves really well. This is just out in the front yard, out next to the road. We have a row of ornamental trees planted along the fence, and then all up through the middle of the lawn. This is more of a along the front of the road. We have 6.35 acres. We have, I would say, about 2 acres done in landscaping. Well, needless to say, we have a riding lawnmower, and that takes care of the most of it. And it really takes no time at all. The other approximately is totally fenced, and it's been partially cleared and has had animals grazing on it, cattle. There's the tree house I mentioned. And so you don't need to worry about animals getting in. There's just a different view out towards the road, down over the lawns. We left little islands of trees. It looks really nice. That's over towards the gazebo and towards the front of the trailer. This is just a few of our chickens. We have quite a few. I kneel down here and get through this wire, bigger wire. This rooster is a fighting cock, and his hens are jungle fowl cross. Pretty, isn't he? Of course, these all go with the property. And this shy fellow in there is a Reeves pheasant. He's a beauty. The colors on him are really something else. His mate's in there too, but they're hiding behind that other little cage. But they are pretty. And this is a ringneck pheasant. His mate's in here also, along with some call ducks. They're like almost like a mallard. And behind that box we've got a mama sitting on a whole mess of eggs. And this beauty is a golden pheasant. He's really pretty. There's 2 of those in here, and they're mates. A pair of white call ducks. And our pride and joy, white peacocks. Male and female, they're 4 years old. They're a mating pair. They sure are beautiful. They have molted. That's why they don't have the long tail feathers. But they will start growing them back anytime. And in here we have a very uncommon, called swine-hoe pheasant. There's very few of them in captivity. And his mate, and that one hiding behind the bushes there, is a Lady Amherst. And his mate, Blue India peacock and a peahen. They are 2. And that white baby is a silver pheasant. And his mate is in there. And he has 2 mates. A young one that we picked up. He's not related to him, so we should have good production from him. They're worth quite a few dollars. And this is a white Angora rabbit. Her name is Fluffy, and she belongs to my son. She's a real little beauty. And the little brown ones are Angora babies. And my little black and white ones are dwarf rabbits. That's as big as they'll grow. And this is Peter. He's our pet peacock. He's young. He's just learned to fan this year and he's showing off. Of course, you're getting the back view. Here's a whole bunch of bantams, all different kinds. They're Cochin chickens, most of them. There's lots of different varieties. Our aim is to have a good variety of not only plants, but of birds and rabbits. And in here I have my apple trees, which were here before the birds got here, but the birds don't seem to hurt them. I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 different kinds of apples. And there's a front view of Peter. He's a big show-off. And this, we call him Huffer Puffer, because he huffs and puffs instead of quacking. He's a Muscovy duck. That's the male. The female is sitting on a whole mess of eggs right up in there and amongst those flowers. Some of the birds we just let them wander. The people just love it. We get a whole bunch more baby here, and this is a Lady Amherst pheasant. It's a better look. And there's a few more in here. And up on top here we have a Cauchois pigeon. They're fairly uncommon. There's a pair of them in there. And there's mates. That's a red golden pheasant. And this is just a little piece of lawn and a few flower beds we have in front of the greenhouse, or the store part. A bunch of roses. And there's little patches of flowers. Try to add a few more flowers each year. This year we added some of these barrels. It's half whiskey barrels, and they make a lovely planter. And in front of the greenhouse, the store part, we built a new flower bed. Put a whole bunch of flowers in it, and the nasturtiums took over. But they do look splendid. They really put on a show. If you want a showy flower, that's the one to have. And a little bit of stock we have for next year. This is just a view of the yard, of the area that there is to park. You can park a lot of cars in here. Little pair of call ducks. The African and gray geese, all heading for a swim. And this is what's been keeping us so busy. All those babies have hatched this year. We just had this pond dug this year, that's why it's so mucky. It hasn't had a chance to settle down yet. But they love it. We just put a temporary fence up around here. We're gonna make it really nice. We're gonna put trees and shrubs along, put proper fence posts in, and make it really nice down here. This is in the backyard. But the birds just love this. I think that's really neat. Over in here, I'll get some pictures for you. There's our Oricana chickens. They lay the green eggs. And some wild turkeys. This is big old Tom turkey. He's your Thanksgiving turkey. Wild American. He sure is pretty when the sun's out. And there's a a second Araucana rooster, a turkey hen. There's another young turkey hen. And some Araucana hens. As I said, they lay the green eggs. They're low in cholesterol. Anybody that's got a heart problem or high cholesterol needs those kind of eggs. Means you can still eat. Tommy, the big old turkey, he's got two hens sitting on a nest. So I can't get pictures. Like, he gets very protective of his hens. And he can be dangerous. She's asking for a drink, I think, or something. It's a Rex female. This is Albert. He's a purebred California satin. He's got papers and the whole works. And my mistake, the last one was a satin female, not a Rex. This is a buck Angora, English Angora, or not English, French Angora. The English Angora have great big fluffy ears. That's Thumper.
Nope.
What's that one in behind there? Is that a male or a female, Kevin?
It's a female.
It's a female. And that's a female satin. Here's a whole mess of baby bunnies. Is that Mummy in there with them, Kev?
No.
Some of them.
No.
No?
She doesn't have babies yet. She's due though.
Ah. These are king pigeons. Pure white. This is a male, broken Rex. He's white, brown, and black. Not a very good picture of him, but best we can do. Lady Amherst. They're Lady Amherst. There's Lady Amherst hens in there. If you'll come out from behind, there's another red golden. Yeah, there he is.